I look a little raunchy, but it's time to figure out if my dad is my dad. I can't wait to find out.
I don't see white children, I just see white children.
Freddie, in the case of 3-year-old Michaela, you are not.
Shit.
Who knew?
She was a little kid and knew that that wasn't possible. What was her mom thinking?
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, let's get into a couple of people from the Maury Show and how they doing today in 2026. What it look like TV?
I am back! What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did ya miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today, y'all, we're gonna get into this Maury Show wormhole that I happened to slip down. Y'all remember the Maury Show?
The lie detector test determined
That was a lie.
Y'all remember the Maury Show where all the kids came on there, they was out of control. All the kids sounded like,
my name Leola, I'm 14 and I beat the shit out of everybody. Maury, I always have sex in my grandma's bed and it felt damn good. I missed 59 days of school and I ain't never going to fuck back.
and she was the good kid. When the out of control kids came, they sounded like,
How the Maury Povich Show used to be.
And I'm pregnant as I call my mama Santa Claus because she always calls me a ho ho ho. After her time I got you petting my grandma's head and I killed that bitch. I want to give birth to my car so that I can throw my baby out the window. My favorite part of Finding Nemo was when his mom died. That shit was funny as my favorite flavor of popsicle is Michael Jackson didn't molest me. I molested his fine ass. I named my Brianna because she loves get beat up. Well, I never look both ways before crossing the street because I'm a bad bitch.
well, them badass kids, it's not too many of them on TikTok, or it's not too many of them claiming the episodes that they was on, but I did find one.
This is what I think. I get along with people. You get along with people?
I get along with some people, but not all.
You do? Do you have any friends?
Yeah, some.
How could you possibly have friends? They'll be afraid you beat them up.
I think that's probably how I make friends.
How do you make friends?
They're probably scared and they think they should be nice.
Oh, because you scared them, so they're going to be nice to you. What about those 60 girls who showed up at your house?
They showed up at my house, they wanted to fight, so I told them, you want pop, we can pop. They were just jealous. All they want
What are you trying to beat up your own sisters and brothers?
because when my sisters get me mad, so I hit them.
We've got a badass over here.
Many months later.
My name is Candy. I was taken to Maury when I was about 13. My mom said that I was a fighter and she didn't know where I got it from, but in reality, she used to tell me to fight everybody who said something stupid to her. And honestly, I was just a child being abused physically, mentally, and sexually. And the only people I could fight were my peers, so I really don't think I did anything wrong. And Maury didn't think I needed to go to jail, but I wanted to go to jail because I low-key wanted to see what would happen. If I went to jail, needed to say I cried, and I had an asthma attack. So yeah, there's that. But I'm great now. 28, 5 kids. We'll never do that to them. So yeah, there's that.
The kids that's on TikTok right now was a lot of the kids from these paternity tests. All these shows where, you know, the mother didn't know who the father was. Now these kids are old enough to basically watch the episodes that they were on.
What's the good news? Tell me that. Me, bitch. I'm the good news.
You're gonna tell me kids, like the babies that were on Maury, are now old enough to have TikToks? I've never felt so old in my life.
Do y'all remember me and my siblings from Maury? This was the last time we seen each other. This is us now.
One thing about Maury, man, it might be the appeal of the show, man. Maury was an equal opportunity exploiter on all levels. And it even was with the kids, man. He exploited the super bad kids, man. He exploited the kids that didn't know who their parents was. And he even exploited the overweight kids, man. Some of his best shows was when he had them little 125-pound babies running around the stage and nothing but diapers. Basically, embarrassing them, and they didn't know what was going on. But how are those kids doing in 2026?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
All right, guys, this is the story time that everybody has been waiting for, and I'm sorry I took so long, but I literally am so busy. Seriously. So, long story short, when I was 5 or 6 months old, I want to say I was 6 months in this episode of Maury, but I was just basically like a chunky baby. I was overweight for what I should have been at that age. I'm not sure how my mom ended up like signing up or how she was selected. I don't know any of that. I should probably ask her, but I was on the Maury show for my weight, and in 2020, I received a Facebook message from one of like the producers at the time on his show, and she reached out basically saying like, hey, we want to do like a where are you now kind of thing, are you interested? And so at first I thought it was a scam, and I did not text her back immediately, and then I talked to my mom and she was like, just try it, she might be telling the truth. So I ended up texting her back, and it was true, but that was the start of COVID, so I was not able to go actually like back on the show. We had to do like a virtual little visit kind of ordeal. And yeah, but now that like we are out of COVID and whatever, I would love to meet Maury again, because as you guys saw in the clip, Maury adored me. He loved me. And I know I could be delusional, but like, I know I'm not super delusional. Like, he really did like me. So it would be nice to like meet him again. So maybe I should reach out, but I will let you guys watch the entire clip and hopefully get all your questions answered. That little piece right there that says my 105-pound baby. I was not 105 pounds at 6 months. Like, please don't overdo it in the comments. Like, there were other kids on the episode, but I'm only going to show like me and my portion, because you feel me? Like, I can't tell the story of other people. But yeah, that's basically it, y'all. It was nothing spectacular. It just is funny to me. Like, I'm a regular girl, regular life now. Like, it was nothing like crazy. But yeah,
We just gonna let her have that Maury really liked her like that. I think Maury was just nice to babies, and I think he had an incentive to be nice to babies because it was good TV. But if she wants to think Maury was nice to her because Maury liked her as a baby, we gonna give her that.
Yeah, right.
But also, right now, the people that's really out there that you want to see their story, it's the people that was on Maury for these paternity tests, and they found out the answers and how being on the Maury show changed their lives, basically.
Hi, I'm Casey. I have 17-year-old triplets, and my baby daddy took us to Maury when the triplets were 2.
Earlier, the DNA results proved that Casey's ex-boyfriend, a man also named Casey, was the father of her triplets. Backstage, Casey was heated, and security had to get involved. But then suddenly, he became very emotional.
Can you describe it right now? I'm happy that it's over. I'm happy that, these kids are mine.
We hope things work out for the sake of these beautiful triplets.
Back in 2008, it was like prime time for reality television, and Maury is not staged in any way. I do have a playlist at the top of my page called Maury Videos. Feel free to go watch that entire video, but I want to answer some questions. You asked, how are the kids doing now? How would the kids feel if they watched the video when their dad said they didn't want anything to do with them? Cussing their mama out, etc. I didn't tell my kids for a very long time until they were old enough to kind of comprehend what was going on with the Maury show. I did let them watch it because, let's just be real, it's on the internet. They can find it. Looking back on it, do I regret going on Maury? Absolutely. They had to beg me actually to go and pay me because I knew they were his kids, but he still wanted to go to Maury. He's the one that called Maury. Anyways, I chose to run with it and be like, you know what? This is the truth. This is what your dad says about me, and this is how it goes. It also in the video shows how angry he could get, etc., etc. So the video speaks for itself, but they're 17 now. They're very successful. They all work. They're about to graduate high school, and they lived a very normal, good life. I'm not going to shame myself for going on Maury or for their father's behavior on Maury. It just shows kind of like the truth and what I was going through at my time in that part of my life. But my baby daddy owes me $84,000 in back pay, and it still accrues until they graduate high school, which won't be until May of 2026. My baby daddy is an avid freaking child support runner, cannot hold a job, does not pay child support. He has 5 kids total now, not just the triplets, 5 in total, and he owes baby mama number 2, I don't know how much, but he doesn't pay her either. He's on to baby mama number 3, and they literally just had a baby last year. The Jolly Good Ginger covered the story, and I was able to get him served through TikTok. Finding him. Not Jolly, not anybody, but us trying to find him. Anyways, that's kind of a little bit of the story, but it is what it is. I can't deny that I went. I can't say, oh my God, I wish I wouldn't have. It is what it is. I ran with it. I embraced it. That's just the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts.
I think that's one of the questions that we always had in the back of our mind. Is this stuff real? Is this stuff fake? I guess some of the stuff was fake, but I'm starting to see a lot of this stuff was real. There's a lot of people that's still carrying, you know, some heavy crosses from that time, and, you know, their lives just continuously snowballed. They get even worse since they was on the show. As you can see, you know, the kids' lives worked out pretty good, but my man never turned his life around. He accepted the kids was his, but he didn't pay for them. But there's plenty more stories out there.
This is Sherilyn. Now, 1 year ago, Sherilyn met her husband, Chip.
That's me.
And where do you think she met him? On an anti-cheating website. What's this show all about, everybody? Cheating! That's right. A website dedicated to people who want to meet other people who do not cheat. So why would they
Still
be on
married
the
to
Maury
him.
Show? Because recently, Sherilyn found strange panties in the back seat.
That's me.
Smelling like Debbie Gibson perfume. He's covered in scratches and hickeys. He has an explanation. Somebody is trying to frame him. Sherilyn isn't buying that.
I'm here today because my husband is not being faithful.
I've been stepping up to the plate. Y'all don't remember when I had to go on Maury and find out my daughter ain't mine? I'm finna show y'all. And our sisters say, talk about stepping up to the plate. You are teaching valuable life lessons.
In the case of 1-year-old Sedalia, Terrence, you are not.
And even through all of the pain of finding out my daughter ain't mine, me and her talked, and she guaranteed she would never take my children away from me if I stayed there in their lives, and I stayed there in their lives. When we went back for Elijah turned out to be mine, and the DNA test said yeah. When we did the DNA test after Terrence was born, the DNA test said no, he wasn't mine. So 2 of the 3 of our children have turned out not to be mine, and I haven't went anywhere and still been right there taking care of them. The worst thing that any parent can do is allow somebody to be there all of these years and then suddenly take the children away for no reason, especially because they don't want to see that person with somebody. Not due to the fact that that person hasn't been a good parent. Not due to the fact that the person that the parent is with is doing anything wrong at all. Only that they're just making the person happy that they're with, and that's what they're supposed to do. There's no way I'm finna allow her to go ahead and win this against me after all of the pain that I done sucked up and I done dealt with all of these years to be there for my kids. Look, everybody, I know y'all may not got a lot, but anything will always help out everybody. If you can do anything, everything is right here. I need this family court lawyer. There's no way I'm trying to go in there and lose and or not be able to come up out of there with 50-50 joint custody and or great visitation rights, such as 3 days a week or something. I am a full-time, everyday father for my children. My children only know me as their father, nobody else. There's no way I will allow somebody else to make my children feel like I just up and left out of their lives and not wanted to be there. You can also find everything over here as well if you need to, everybody. I thank you all in advance. I love y'all. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Have a blessed and a wonderful day, and I will make sure I keep everybody updated. I'm not living without my babies, y'all. I gotta have my babies, so therefore, I need to get in this courtroom.
I hope everything work out for my man. I'm just still sitting over here that them paternity tests was actually real deal. And actually, if you ask Maury, you know, they did so many paternity tests, they didn't even came across rare occurrences. Stuff that shouldn't happen actually happened on the show before.
It happened twice on the show, and I was at a loss. A woman comes on and accuses a fellow of being the father of her twins. Since I've told you before, I don't know the result. I open up the envelope, and the guy is the father of one, but not the other.
In the case of 2-year-old Nikolai, Eric, you are not the father. In the case of 2-year-old Darian, Eric, you are the father. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. I have never had that on my show.
I'm looking around. How does that happen? Fraternal twins. Lady could be quite active over a small period of time.
Yes.
Separate eggs.
This is a thing that happens.
Happened. 1,000,000 to 1 shot. According to scientists, it came on twice on my show. Twice. And the woman was disbelieving. I said, look, I was disbelieving until 30 seconds ago. But I know that our DNA testing is correct. And so therefore, you're looking for another father.
Not another one? Oh, for God's sake.
I can't even front. That's going to be a tough pill to swallow. We're going to have to get tested 2 or 3 times. That's going to be a tough one because that's so rare and it's so out there. But a lot of us was watching this stuff. Soon as the cartoons went off, we turned on the reality shows. And a lot of us was so young that we didn't even really know how the birds and bees exactly work. But we was all into these paternity tests and what was going on Maury.
My dumbass was 8 years old watching the Maury show, asking myself after every episode why they didn't DNA test the mom. I had no business watching that shit.
Now, today marks Heather's 3rd appearance on our show for her quest for the truth. We first met Heather when she came to prove to a man named Trenton and his brother Trevor that Trenton was the father of her daughter Harper. But as you're about to see, that was just the beginning of her journey on the Maury show.
I went to a paint party last year and I had a lot to drink. I met a guy named Trenton and his brother Trevor at the club. Long story short, Trenton got me pregnant that night.
You were with all the 2 people that night. I watched it all. I'm laying on the pole like that hammer, and she starts grinding on me. Look, the only thing is my nose. My nose. Maybe. My nose.
In the case of 3-month-old Harper, Trenton, you are the father. Soon after that, Heather met her fiancé Kyle, but could she really trust him?
I've been made fun of my whole life. People in my hometown make memes about me. During school, they would throw sweet teas at me because they said I was ugly. Kyle makes me feel beautiful.
What messages did you see in his phone?
I'm a private investigator when it comes to things. I can go through Facebook. I can do the message requests, the secret conversations. Why'd you propose to me? If you have other options, why you want to marry me?
What'd you find in the bedroom?
It's a pocket. It's you. What about the pocket?
You had sexual contact of any kind with any other woman. You said no. The lie detector test determined Ralph.
You are telling the truth. Thank you.
A happy ending? Or was it? Because after that show, Heather and Kyle stayed together. And soon after that, found out that she was pregnant with their now 3-month-old son, Zane. But the moment that Heather announced her pregnancy, Kyle accused her of sleeping with men at the fishery where she used to work. And today, Kyle is demanding a DNA test. So, Heather, I know you've been going through a lot lately, so tell us about that.
Lately, I was diagnosed with Treacher-Collins syndrome. That is where my eyes slant, my jaw, that's why I have an overbite. And people have been making fun of me my whole life. And I thought Kyle would be different once we got home, and it's all changed.
I don't know why you would think he's changed. He passed the lie detector test.
Yeah, he passed the lie detector test, but he's denying our son. Like, why would you deny our son?
He does have a problem with you. He thinks that every single job you have, that you're messing around with coworkers.
Like, why can't I just go to work? Why can't I just have a normal life and be faithful? Because you...
Okay, I'm going to tell you something about these shows. Okay, Maury show, any of those shows. You have to sign an FDA where they can make up anything they want. Okay. They can make up anything to get views, and they can put it in the script and make you say it and all that stuff. I didn't get diagnosed with Treacher-Collins. I took a genetic testing, and everything, it came back negative. I'm having a swallowing test done next Tuesday, but I do not have Treacher-Collins disease. So, those shows, my first episode was real, not made up. All the drama was real. Second episode was fake. They wanted me back because I was so good on the first episode. Third episode was fake. They wanted me back because I'm so good at the drama and the acting. Like, I was good on stage, I was good at yelling, I was good. It gave them views. I mean, apparently people watch it on here, so yeah.
Heather was a repeat offender on the Maury show. She was one of them runners. She was one of the reasons why Maury had to invest so much in his cameramen. Maury had to have ex-athletes as cameramen because the cameramen had to be super athletic.
When it comes to 3-year-old Kanaya, Michael, you are not the father.
They said the Maury show by itself is responsible for more torn ACLs than any other TV show in the history of television.
He ain't lying. By no means did I think that video of me asking for the Maury kids to blow up. Ask and you shall receive. I am a Maury alumni. I was on the show 8 times, and at my old age, people still recognize me, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So, the 4 times that I was on, it had something to do with my children. He actually denied all my children. I was in a domestic violence situation, so I did whatever he told me. So before y'all get to judging me, whatever, right? I did cheat on him at some point, but he still was the father. I was one of those ones who ran to the bed, fell out, carrying on, that I am known on that show for going on there and finding out my sister was sleeping with my husband at that time, and she thought she was pregnant. That's the one that I'm very known for. I actually did a viewer postcard. I was shocked to find out that people wanted to know what happened to me. My children are great. My oldest son, he is married and in the military. My second son is living his life in Hawaii, and I have an 18 and 19-year-old, so I don't know if anybody recognized my face, but yeah, so he also brought me on a show to let me know that he was sleeping with men and women. At the time we were homeless, and he had to do whatever he had to do. Lie detector test, I had been on that show so many times that people in the audience would see like us walk by and go, holy shit, holy shit. Y'all back again? I'm like, bruh. But yeah, it's a part of my life. But yeah, asking you shall receive. You want to see what my kids, I'll show pictures. I have not seen videos in years, but yes, I am a Maury alumni. All 4 of my kids are on there. They're thriving, they're doing wonderful. Yeah, see ya.
I'm just going to leave that one alone because whatever I say is going to get me in trouble on that. Y'all hit me up in the comments section and y'all tell me how y'all feel about her story. I bet you those was some great episodes on Maury, man. She was back 8 times. I bet all 8 times they did great numbers.
Damn good television.
But anyway, man, those are just a couple of updates from some people from Maury that I came across on TikTok, man. I'm not too sure if the stuff was fake, man. I didn't come across any people saying they was paid actors to be on there. Maybe that was more of a Jerry Springer thing. Maybe I'll try to see if there's some Jerry Springer actors out there. But everybody that I came across said it was their actual life that they was on TV, with, and they was telling the truth. And you could see the residual after effects in their life. So y'all hit me up in the comments section and let me know if y'all thought the stuff was real or fake, because I was under the impression that pretty much 80% of it was fake. But anyway, man, this video is going to end like all the other ones, man. Hit me up in the comments section and let me know how you feel about everything you have just witnessed.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
And if you made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.
Am I the only one who's realizing that Maury has been the same age our whole lives? He doesn't age. He doesn't get older. I haven't seen him younger. Help.